All right. So let me just start it off like this, just in case anybody may be slightly confused about why it is that you still see this content or still see these videos directly on my platform. Number one, it is my platform, and I'm the one who states pretty much when it is that it is time to stop the content or when it is that I'm going to keep going directly with it. If people paid attention to the live stream that I did previously, I stated directly in that live stream that I have a few more left, right? So this video is in a sense brought to you by Officer Haku, aka Brandon versus the World. And what you're going to end up seeing directly in this video is something that I've talked about before, um, when it dealt with the narrative that is in a sense given when it encompasses black men and or the lack of black men and the lack of protection that uh, black men give, right? I'm pretty sure that a lot of people have run through videos online. Don't worry, this is a live. I'm just trying to keep my what's the name? What's up, Rhonda? Um, you've heard a lot of videos online where women, more specifically divestors, have stated that black men don't protect the community. Black men don't protect black mothers, black women. Black men don't protect their daughters or young women directly out here. And I do these videos to pick apart that narrative and to showcase the fact that there are black men out there. It's just the fact that people don't want to focus on the good and the great and the decent black men out there that are upstanding, that do stand up, that do speak for, that do protect, right, and that do stand in the way of danger when it specifically pertains to black women being in the line of that. And I'm also showcasing uh, this video due to the fact that within that same narrative, you will have women state that men of other groups are really so anxious and really so proud and just really there, like Clark Kent in a phone booth changing into Superman to just come through whenever anything is about to happen. And you're going to literally see one man happen to come through and show up, and you're going to then see a whole nother group not do anything at all, right? So hopefully you guys can let me know in the comment section if you can happen to hear the video. I'm going to try to play the video, and hopefully you guys will hear it. If not, I'll figure out a way to just so happen to play. You can give me a thumbs up in the comment section if you can hear it, or just say that you can't hear it in the what's the name. All right, so let me swap this over so you guys can see it.
Property. This is private property where I just made a purchase.
So if I'm not she was already here, and I asked her to leave.
And I've made previous
She's
purchases.
not welcome in the store.
Previous purchases.
Listen, you're going to end up in jail, both of y'all, in a minute. You
Oh,
gotta leave.
sir, are you telling me I'm going to jail
Yes.
because I'm a paying customer
No,
and I'm
because you're
being
criminal
accessed?
trespassing. I'm asking both
How
of
am
y'all to
I?
leave.
Oh wait, how am I a criminal trespassing? Please
Because
tell me.
I've asked you to leave.
That's not.
Okay, that's not saying
That's
that
not
I'm a
saying
criminal
anything.
and I'm
That's not saying anything
That's
wrong.
not saying
But I
that.
asked you to leave. and
I,
you said
you
you're not
did,
welcome
and I
in the
said I
store,
was
and that's all that
going to.
matters.
I said I
Let me know
was
if y'all can hear
going
it.
to.
So because you said I'm a criminal
Because I'm the
trespassing.
manager, and I asked her to leave. She's not welcome in our store.
Ma'am, why did you ask her?
You don't even have no reasonable explanation.
Oh, wait.
She's not welcome in the store.
You don't have any
have
reasonable
to. It is
explanation.
because of the way. It is because
What's
of
the
the
reasonable explanation of why I have to leave?
You got 5 minutes?
No.
5 seconds? No. You need to back up. She's
Ooh!
asked to leave. She's been asked to leave.
What is you about to
I'm
do?
telling you, I'm fixing to put cuffs on you and escort you out.
Okay, sir, you put cuffs on my daughter?
Yes. You're going to go to jail too.
Oh,
you put hands on me.
What did I do, sir?
You're
What did I
asked
do?
to leave.
No,
You've been
no,
asked
sir.
to leave.
If I'm a paying customer.
You've been asked to leave.
If
It
I'm a
doesn't
paying
matter if you're a paying
customer.
customer.
Well, I need a refund
in the
then.
store
It
to
doesn't
order.
matter.
I need a refund, sir. I need a refund. I need a refund.
I am refund.
I
have to give you a refund.
No, sir. We don't step outside if we paid money.
It doesn't matter. You don't know the law. I'm telling you, you
Oh, no,
got to
sir.
leave.
I know the law.
No,
She
you
just
don't.
told me I
Let
had
me
to
tell you
leave
something.
because that's
You're
what she
fixing.
felt
Okay,
like.
you know what? Turn around. Put your hands behind your back.
Oh
You
no!
don't want to leave?
You.
You don't want to
Okay.
leave?
You law, sir. What is the law, sir?
What is the law?
Please
Tell me. Tell us. State it right now. State it right now. State it right now.
Sir, you have
State it right now. You about to tase my mama because she's not leaving the store.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Ooh, I swear to God, you better not tase my mama.
What is the law? Then I need to leave.
You better not tase my mama. You better not tase my mama.
Do not.
Listen to me.
All right. So hopefully, I had asked before if anybody can hear it. Just let me know in the comment section. So I'm assuming, hopefully, that people were able to hear the video. If not, I'll probably just have to, play it through VLC media player, whatever, and do it that way. Wait, Gail, were you able to hear the video? Because I'm seeing some responses. I'm taking it that people were able to hear. That's why I'm trying to figure out if. Okay. So what ended up happening, right, is the fact that you have a black mother and her daughter, right? And they're at this establishment, and the white female manager stated that she doesn't want the daughter there. Now, the daughter used to work there at a point in time. She decided to quit her job, and she was waiting for, somebody, I guess, to get off work or whatnot, whatever. Again, she quit her job. It was no fuss, no type of muss. She wasn't throwing anything around. She wasn't fighting anybody. She wasn't doing any of that, right? And the manager, you heard her state in the video, was like, well, I don't really need any reason to not want you to be here, right? Which she basically told you, if I say that I don't want you here, it is what it is. I don't want you here. You can't be here, right? So she called her boys, right? She called the men of her community to back up what it is that she stated. And you know what those men did? They showed directly up to the scene. They didn't care what it is that the black woman and the daughter had to state. They wasn't trying to hear it, wasn't trying to sit up there and listen to it. Did not even matter. Why? Because those black women, I'm sorry, I keep saying those black women. The black woman, the mother, and the daughter are not reflective of that community. They owe her no protections, nor are they going to give her any protections, nor are they going to shelter her or them from anything at all. At all. You had men that were reflective of that cop, of that white woman. They did not bust a move. They didn't go nowhere. They stood there, sat there with their burgers and their shakes. There was a white woman that was in line ordering. She didn't step in to sit up there and say anything at all. So again, the narrative where you have these individuals out here, these segments out here, who continuously state that men of other communities are so gung-ho to really jump up and protect black women no matter what. I ain't see that in the video. I didn't see that in the video. That was not shown anywhere at all. It wasn't. Like I said before, it's like if people are hurt for whatever reason, that's cool. You need to go do some healing, some soul searching. You need to go get some therapy. I done said that before. But for you to want to sit up there and hate, for y'all to sit up there and because of whatever it is that you went through, you want to try to state that this is all black men and yada, yada, yada. And then you want to run to the fact of like, oh, well, we all know it's not all black men because I got fathers and I got brothers that are not the same. Well, if you could differentiate, you should be able to differentiate from your failed relationship or the failed men that you decided to pick versus the men that you decided to ignore directly out here, who never meant you any type of harm or anything like that, who would actually stand up for you. And I keep stating that the moment in time that the rhetoric, that the echo chambers are allowed to keep continuing and growing, you're going to start to see more and more of the guys who actually love and care about black women, they're going to start standing down. They're going to start looking the other way because they're like, well, if I do stand up, I'm going to have women tell me that they don't need me to stand up for them. They're going to tell me that they're independent, that they're strong, that they can sit up there and do this, that, and the third, and all of these other types of great things. And then if I decide that I don't want to stand up, then black men are going to receive the narrative, oh, this is what we're talking about with black men. Y'all don't do this. Y'all don't do that. Y'all don't want to protect us. We can't depend on y'all. Y'all don't do this. Y'all don't do that. But all of these other men, they protect the women in their community. They're out here really protecting black women. And again, there were quite a number of men there that were not black, that were not trying to get in the way of that taser. Color me surprised. Color me surprised. Why is it that those other men that were there enjoying their food, rightfully so, why were they not getting up? Hey, sir, you shouldn't be pointing that weapon directly at that innocent black woman. Stand down, sir. Let's talk about this very calmly. You're being very brash about the situation. Very emotional, sir. This woman is completely innocent. Don't come at her like that. Don't antagonize the woman. This is not a suspect. This is not a criminal. This is an innocent American. This is an innocent woman with her daughter in an establishment, being Americans. How come that wasn't the narrative? Why is it that that wasn't a thing that was stated in the video? Again, I'm looking for that Superman. I'm looking for that white knight in that diamond armor. Where is he at? Where are the men of these other communities to come in and step up for this mother and this daughter? Because again, I'm not seeing them. But yet, even when I showcase this proof, you'll have people that want to discount the proof and they want to go, wherever they want to go with the situation. And it's Jack. Oh, let me just do something real quick. So Charlie Chandler said, SEIJIHITO, one day I hope you will find the light at the end of the tunnel. Save yourself, black men. Divestment. Let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you something. Let me just highlight this so that other people in the back can happen to see this too. On this platform, many times I've told my story about the incidences and things that have taken place. And how it is that some of these could have been life-changing and life-altering situations, right? Because I've only ever dealt with young black women, during my time, black girls, black women. And I've stated the same exact things that I've always stated, even when it pertains to black women. I was like, you know what? More than likely, I didn't pay attention to the red flags that were directly there, right? Because as a young man, you normally see a situation and you want to help. You want to try to do the right thing. You want to try to show them that, there are different types of black guys out here. Not every black guy, is directly, the same. And just as much as I've sat up there and blamed them for what it is that I went through, I also sat up there and blamed myself. It could have been very easily ignorance. It could have been, lack of logic, because I was in an emotional state, peering at, the girls or the women, at that time, not specifically looking at the things that would be deemed or considered red flags. Also due to the fact of, I never had sisters or anything like that. Right? I have a mother that told me, the negative things, right? I don't have to hear the good things about women because I have that directly in my family. I need women to state the bad things about women. And the only woman ever in my life that told me anything negative about women is my mother. That was the only honest woman ever in my life to ever state that there is negative things about women and girls. Other women out here ain't doing that. I promise you. I'm telling you, they're not doing that. Men will sit up there and tell you like, there are good guys out here, there are bad guys out here, and there are some guys that are directly in the middle. Guys will sit up there and be even about that, irregardless of how it is that it might reflect directly on them. Women ain't about to do that. Because they're like, well, if I say this, then that's going to look bad on me. Then, people are going to look. That's how women view that. That's why you don't have fields of women sitting up there trying to run off and tell their sons, like, yo, you got trifling girls out here and yada, 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 and all this other type of stuff. Right? So the main thing that I set up there and told everybody, both black men and black women, if y'all went through some stuff and you chose wrong, that decision realistically is on you. You made poor choices. Have I made poor choices? You are right. 1,000% I have. Do I regret those choices? Yes, I do. Have those choices set up there and hurt me in ways of which that I'm still healing from? Yes. Do I have trust issues in women because of these things? Yes, 1,000%. And I'm completely honest with that. Completely honest with that. But what I'm not going to sit up there and do is try to state that unknown black women out here that I've never sat up there and dated are the problem. What I will state is that the women that I have dated, have known, have talked to are the problem. That's that handful that I know. That's the handful that I've come directly in contact with. That's the difference between me and a lot of other people out here. But more specifically, Charles, that's the difference between me and you. I can clear cut differentiate the hurt that I've suffered and the pain that I've went through with those specific women versus trying to broad brush all of that pain and say, yeah, look at what all these black women did to me. That don't even make any sense. That don't even make any sense, because within what it is that I just stated, look what all these black women did to me. That would then mean that I allowed them to commit that act, to bring that pain directly to me. That means that I didn't sit up there and verify and check the things that I necessarily should have checked so that I wouldn't necessarily go through that pain. And I'm not sitting up here saying that even if you do 100% of the checking, that something won't slip through, because it will. It will happen, because I've done that and it still happens, right? But again, I'm stating that, hey, people got to sit up there and take responsibility. But my main problem is, even when I state these things and I can give my proof and I can validate everything that I'm stating, I'll still have people like you. I have other black women, divestors. They'll roll up to the scene and they want to flip the topic. They want to change the topic. They want to do whatever it is that they want to sit up there and do. And they still want to do what? Talk about black men, how bad black men are. Black men did this. Black men did that. Look at these black men out here. Like I said, you got some people who want to change, who want to heal, and you got other people that want to stay directly in that pain. So you got a lot of divestors who want to stay directly in that pain. You got a lot of black men who want to stay in that pain. Both of y'all are the exact same, but yet y'all don't even see it. Y'all both suffer from the wrong choices in life that y'all done set up there and made. Y'all done both suffer some type of hurt and some type of pain, but yet at the end of the day, y'all want to blame each other and y'all don't want to look at self. That's the craziest ass thing that I've ever seen from grown ass adults who are way older than me. Y'all are all stupid. All of y'all. 1,000%. All of y'all are stupid. I'm trying to really, because now I got to move away from the story in my main point. Because now I'm just trying to figure out, how is it that black men who are older than me, who should have way more common sense, how is it that black women who are older than me and have children my age are so stupid? How are both of y'all part of the exact same problem? And how is it that both of y'all can't see that y'all are the problem? Like I said, I know for sure that I am younger than a lot of the women who have come directly to my platform and tried to state a whole bunch of negative stuff about black men. How do I know this? Because a lot of them have told me, oh, you're just a child. You're just a kid. You don't understand. I'm a lot older than you. I've seen a lot more. I've been a lot more places. Ma'am, you want to say that you're old? I'm fine with that. That's cool. That's cool. I don't need to sit up there and say my age in order to prove a point. It's the fact that I know the experience because I've been there. You walking so many distances and knowing so many men from men to men to men, it doesn't matter to me. That's a personal problem. You need to take accountability for your actions and how it is that you treat your body. I don't need to know all the information, but people want to do what it is that they want to do. So like I said, you got some people that want to roll up here. You got some of the truest fans directly up in here along with Charles. You got what? Real Beautiness 25. which I've showcased comments time and time again, no matter what the situation, no matter what the story is, a black man is always at fault. Somewhere, somehow, it will get deflected. A black man will be brought up doing something negative, nothing ever positive. Like Gail stated, was like, hey, Seji, I told you you were too nice. And Gail has, you know what? This is the one thing I can sit up there and say about Gail. Gail shoots directly from the hip. And I hear exactly what Gail be saying. And Gail be on it, right? And she stated, you know, a lot of times, like, yo, I need to stop being nice to a lot of these black women out here. She is 1,000% correct. 1,000. And she is a black woman. She is a black woman at the end of the day, telling a black man, I need to stop being so nice. So that should also shine a light into other people. It should let them know how much of a problem this is when I have a black woman telling me that, yo, you're too nice as a black man. You gotta stop doing that. Right? Because as Gail knows, and many others know, um, we have, I just forgot my point because I read a comment at the same time. You said I was like you too. I wish you well. Yo, let me tell you. The only thing that I can do at this point for a lot of people in the black community, especially those that I know that more than likely are older than me, is that I can just wish that y'all heal. That's it. Because for both of y'all, wherever y'all go, y'all gonna still take that same hurt because y'all ain't never healed. All y'all looking is for somebody to carry that luggage and that baggage for you because you couldn't necessarily carry it because you don't got the muscle to do it. And we're talking about both black men and black women. Just like we have a lack of exercising in the black community when it comes to health. This is why we got diabetes and high blood pressure and all this other type of stuff. We got a lack of mental and emotional working out because you have a lot of black men and black women out here who carry a lot of emotional baggage and they keep going from relationship, and they're expecting everybody to carry and tote all of that baggage for them when those people didn't pay to be on the same trip nor to sit up there and carry that luggage, right? But like I said before, I'm young, so like a lot of other people have told me who are older, I don't really understand. I ain't really go through enough experiences. I ain't been here long enough, right? But when I hear myself say these things, I make more sense than people who are twice my age. And that's crazy to me. Just saying. Just saying. Now, this is the thing. No problem with that. No problem with that. Everybody all black. Jamaican, African, everybody's all black. I have no problem. I have no problem at all. Now, when you sit up there and have black men deciding to state that, oh yeah, we're about to sit up here and be skiing, that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. That literally makes no sense. You're running from pain to get basically thrown into the 9 levels of hell. I'm like, you know what? You can go directly. It is what it is that you do. I'd uncovered stories before, and I'd have sat up there and told a lot of brothers. I'm like, yo, if this is what you want it to be, it will happen. I'd uncovered both stories on black men and black women wanting to sit up there, been found on social media. They said things about the black community, either black women or black men, and the inevitable, like Thanos, sat up there and happened. They were snapped out of existence. But oh no, it was only going to sit up there and happen if you deal with your own. Other people of other nationalities care about me more than my own group. But yet, who's the one that ended up inevitably taking your life while you were sitting up there stating all of that? But like I said, I've shown these messages or these tweets or whatever it is, or post in my videos. And even when I showcase these things, again, people want to sit up there and ignore a lot of that. It's crazy. It makes no complete sense. You know, the other thing, like I said before, if at any point in time that I happen to, give a focus, it'll be grand if people could actually stay on focus. But I know it is impossible for a lot of people to do that. You know, like I said before, I say this to real. We've been through this for quite some time. Quite some time. Had a lot of interesting conversations, seen a lot of interesting comments, and even highlighted those in quite a few videos that I've done, or maybe even some posts. I'm not sure because it's been a lot. Can't even account for everything. But the funniest thing is when you bring up the movement, right? When you bring up the passport bros, the funniest thing that I never hear get mentioned is the fact that white men started this first, and white men are the originators directly of this. And the interesting part about that is that black women, this is the generalized part, because in order for a caring to happen, you have to have a generalized group in order to care. It's not going to be just a segment. You had black women only start caring, making videos and looking at this when they found out that black men were starting to get passports, and they were talking about their experiences and how it is that they were traveling and what was going on and how they were getting seen. And when that started happening, then it was like black women like, oh, look at this brand new movement where you have these black men traveling, but yet there was black women weren't making videos when it was white men doing this. White men have been doing this for eons. Before there were the internet, white men have always been the original passport bros. They've been going over to Thailand. They've been going over to all the Asian countries, Japan, China, South Korea, Vietnam, Fiji. They were also going to the European countries. They were going to South America. They were also going to Africa. And you know the funny thing about that passports movement when it deals with those white guys with those Europeans, I've covered those stories where they're in a African country and the types of females that they go for. I'm going to use that as a generalized statement to not give a type of age. And it's quite shocking the things that take place. One of the passport bros that did this was a European man who went to Africa. And this European man had HIV, and he was going through an African country, seeing these African women unprotected and infecting them with HIV. That's a passport bro, right? That's the originator. But yet, you really didn't have black women out in droves trying to paint a picture of that. You didn't have black women trying to really come down on white men in general and try to state how this is negative and say how black white men need to speak out against this or anything like that. For all intents and purposes, black women were pretty much silent. But yet black women always state that, oh, there's a sisterhood. We care about our sisters all over the world. We really support, we really care. Right? And you guys really clap it up. And I understand you guys go through pain with black men. So anything that is greater than a black man to seem a little bit better, you're all for it. So you're going to clap it up. So where were all of those women to support those African black women when they were getting infected by a European passport bro, when he was doing all of his traveling? Where were they at to show support? Where were they at to donate money? Where were they at to give them some type of shelter, some type of help? Where were they at to send warnings? Because whenever I did those stories, I really didn't sit up there and see it. I didn't see it online. I didn't see it on Twitter. I didn't see it on TikTok. I didn't see it on IG. But when it came to black men, again, doing the passport bros, the save yourself black men, thing, again, you had black women that wanted to pipe up. They wanted to chime in. They wanted to start making content. They wanted to start making videos, because we all know that if it's anything that has to negatively deal with black men, it's lucrative. So why not? Why wouldn't black women jump in there and start, talking? Why wouldn't black women start going in and talking about, oh, I went through this with a black man, so this is why you black men need to stay here and work this out and just be with us and deal with what it is that we have to give you. It's lucrative. If it wasn't lucrative, again, a lot of these black women who got platforms wouldn't be talking about black men. And I just also want to reiterate, to the other effect, where black women will sit up there and say, well, if it wasn't lucrative, then black men wouldn't be. You have black men out here with platforms who have been talking about stuff, and they've been making money without even mentioning black women at all. So there's that. So, I'm just saying, it's crazy how one is demonized versus the other. And this is the other interesting thing that I've also brought up as well, that, again, there's like a double standard, right? If at a point in time you have a black man that wants to sit up there and date or seek black women, he'll be, called thirsty, right? But in the same breath, if it's a black man that's not seeking black women, that same black man, he's going to be called gay, right? There's only one group of women that specifically do that. Or people will sit up there and say that he hates his own, right? They'll sit up there and say that, oh, he doesn't like the skin that he's in. He doesn't like himself because he's black. He wants to be something other, and all this other type of stuff, right? And then we'll go to the latter extent, where if there's a black man minding his own business and somebody hits on him and they're from the LGBT and he kindly declines what it is that they're offering, he's then going to be called homophobic or transphobic. So no matter what scale that you basically look on, a black man is in the negative. Always. Always. Even if a black man decides that he wants to say something directly to a woman, I'm generalizing, I'm just saying women in general, it can be easily deemed as sexual harassment. It can be deemed as him trying to advance on this woman, him being a predator, right? Yet again, another negative. Now, within that same thing, I've seen videos of female rappers who are dancing provocatively, have very raunchy lyrics, and they're on stage clearly pulling down their pants, shaking a butt in a thong, and you'll see women in the crowd slapping on the back of their butt, right? Touching, rubbing all on it, right? Now, if that was a man doing that to another man, he would be called down low. He would be called bi. But if women sit up there and do it, oh, no, that's just women. That's just what it is that they do. Within that same video, you'll see a woman, she'll do like a soft dive directly in the crowd. You know what I sit up there and see women doing? The woman's legs might be open, and you'll see a woman go directly in between her legs and have her hand directly on her crotch, rubbing and basically touching directly on it. Do you hear where the women that's sitting up there talking about sexual harassment, sexual advancements? This is wrong. You have no right to sit up there and touch on a woman if she didn't consent to it or all. Notice how that works. Notice how if women don't consent and other women touch them, it's not sexual harassment. It's not seen as advancements. No women out here are trying to call other women predators. But if a man does it, now it's wrong. And no, I'm not sitting up here trying to justify men being able to do this because, like I said before, people should keep their hands to themselves. That's the main point. But I'm just showcasing how there are double standards out here that women don't want to pay attention to, that women don't want to sit up there and call out. So again, when I sit up there and state that women don't really care about other women, I'm factual what it is that I'm stating. factual. Because I also showcased another video of a woman who was a female rapper, and she stated that she went through some trauma in her life. And she was stating she had to try to get herself right during her performance because there was a woman who was obviously into women on the side of the crowd. She was all super uber excited, and she decided to reach out and touch directly on the crotch area of that woman. You saw her for like a brief second slightly freeze. And then she gained composure and she kept rapping. But again, all the women in that crowd saw what happened to that woman and what another woman did to a woman. Why did no women there step up and state that, yo, she didn't consent to you touching her? Why are you putting your hands on her? Why are you touching her? Again, but again, sexual assault is a very serious thing. It's something that happens to women, right? Daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. But yet when I continuously see women have this happen, they're not consenting, right? And I see this video, I see audio. I don't see women rolling up to the scene trying to pick it, trying to get to know who that person's name is, where they work, where they're located. So again, when I sit up there and state that women do not care about what other women go through, I'm truthful and factual in what it is that I'm stating. I literally, if I have to make a compilation video to showcase this, I will easily sit up there and do it. I have nothing but time on my hands. I can easily sit up there and do it. But like I said before, I feel like a lot of these conversations, it's a farce. It's a distraction that people want to bring up, you know, that people want to sit up there and do. It's crazy. Yeah, like James said, I've showcased that. Y'all seen it? I had it directly on IG. I showcased because remember, I try to be as even as possible, right? Even though you have a lot of people here that are even, watching the video, staying in silence, sitting back there in the shadows, waiting to report some stuff and flag the channel again. Fuck you. It's funny that I will showcase videos of these women twerking directly on their sons. I'll showcase these videos where these women are twerking in front of their daughters. And the main thing that people always want to state is this. They'll be like, well, what about the father? If the father was there, none of these things would happen. Right? I'm like, you know what? You're right. You have a very valid point. Let's see what happens if the father is there, right? So then I post a video where a mother is she's filming, she's allowing her daughter to twerk. She's a little girl, probably like 3, 4, right? Twerk to a song. The father to the right side of the screen slowly steps in. The mother pans directly over to the father. The father's looking at his daughter. And then the mother pans directly back over to the daughter. Without anybody saying a word in that room, the daughter just feels the energy of God. And she stops. She looks at the mother. She looks behind her in fright because she knows who's there. And then she slowly looks back at her mother like, really? And what I'm stating to you, because I've had to do these videos quite a number of times, because people want to always make it seem like it's a persistent thing that black men are not fathers, that black men are not there. And this is coming from, again, I'm coming from that statistic, right? But yet, even though I'm a statistic, the friends around me, the guys around me have their fathers in their lives. Their fathers have been present in and around their lives. I've met their fathers, right? I've had that positive black male energy injected into my soul so that I know it's like, yo, this is how you conduct yourself as a black man, as a father. This is what you don't do. So again, even with me being a part of that statistic that everybody likes to talk about, I can still peer out and look and see that it's vastly different. But again, a lot of people don't want to see that. And then even when I bring through the numbers, of the CDC, which is the government, the main government that don't have anything to get, anything to earn from trying to put anything positive about black men. The CDC showcased the numbers, showcasing the fact that black men, more than any other race of men on this continent, in this country, are more present and persistent in their children's lives, in and around, more than any other ethnicity here. But yet, is that something that you hear the black women that scream, cry, and holler? Are those the numbers that they want to talk about? Nah. So again, going back to the main aspect of the women out here twerking directly on their sons, and they want to sit up there and try to shift the blame to the father. It's ridiculous. It's nonsensical. It's deflectionary. It makes no sense. Because at the end of the day, regardless of if a man is there or not, a woman is still going to do what a woman wants to do. Because what do women always sit up there and say? This is my child. I carried them for 8 to 9 months. I sat up there and created them. Right now it's a possession. It's not an individual that was made by a union from two human beings, 50% here, 50% in order to make 100. No, it's a full-fledged possession. And that's the one thing that I've realized when having a lot of conversations. That a lot of these kids out here ain't even kids. They're not even individuals. They're possessions to a lot of women directly out here. So this is why you see women doing whatever it is that they want to do. If they want to dress them as bums like they coming from like a third world country, they're going to do that. And if they want to sit up there and dress them in Gucci, Louis, and Jordans, they want to sit up there and do that. If they want to sit up there and abandon their kids to sit up there and go to a party like the one woman that I covered that was in the UK, and that child ended up, I think the child ended up passing because she was gone for a certain amount of time, they're going to sit up there and do that. If they want to sit up there and put a guy on child support and then they want to parade, yeah, I'm getting $1,200 a week, $1,200 a week. Yeah, you want child support. Instead of you being able to see your kid every day, now you got to see them once a week. Yeah, I can do something with that money. I can do something with that money. Again, I didn't show the multitude of videos where the fathers are in the picture, but people don't want to pay attention to that. People don't want to recognize that you actually have decent and good black men and great black men out here that are fathers or that want to be fathers. A lot of those women don't want to focus on the fact that a lot of black men are actually stepfathers, which means that they got married or in a relationship with a woman who already has a child outside of that relationship prior to them getting together, and that those men are raising those children as their own. Are women, out there really clapping it up for those guys for doing a good job? No, they're not. They're like, that's your job. That's what you're supposed to do. If one black man failed, you're supposed to step up and pick up everything that's going on. That's your job. Notice how the responsibility is always on the guy. It's always on the black man. Even though he didn't create the situation, but it's his responsibility. It's my responsibility, right, as a black man, to fix a lot of these broken homes or a lot of these broken marriages and relationships, even though I didn't sit up there and create them. Crazy, ain't it? But yet, you still got people saying that black men are never held accountable. Black men aren't accountable. Black men run from accountability. If that was the case, then a lot of black women who got kids before that black men would just be that. They would never be wives. They would never be girlfriends. They would never be fiancés. But again, nobody wants to focus on the good and the decent and the great black men that are directly out there. They always want to focus on the ones that are bad. Because 9 times out of 10, a lot of those women that tend to focus on those guys, that's also what they're attracted to. Because those same women complaining also have toxic traits. Just like the guys that they're attracted to have toxic traits. This is why those same women don't focus on the good guys. That's why those same women don't go out there and actively seek those decent guys, those ones that will value them, that will respect them, that will actually be there for them, that are actually responsible. But like I said, anytime that I happen to talk about this or I happen to bring this up, people, people tend to run from the conversation. People want to, deflect, you know, just saying. Well, ma'am, we've been through this for quite some years, quite some years. And just in case, because you said in the comment section that some of the videos I listed that you never got a chance to see, I do know that YouTube does not give out notifications. Just like I think Ty, he rolled through and he said like, yo, I didn't receive a notification. Or some people will sit up there and say that, yo, I got this notification 3 hours late or what have you. Like I said, I do understand that. But I also do understand that a lot of the people that complain about my content and my channel, they skip over certain videos because they don't have a leg to stand on when there is factual evidence, proof, and statistics and numbers to go what it is that I'm saying, because you can't refute it. So nobody's going to want to try to argue that, right? Because it would look foolish, right? So because I know you've been here for a while, I know there had to be times that you have seen that I've stated that my channel has been demonetized or that videos have been reported, just in case you don't know, right? One of the videos that I did, which was a live stream, it was talking about divestors, right? In the video, which I have the transcript of, I was showcasing the fact of what I was stating here, that you'll have these movements out here with a segment of Black women and others who follow, and they'll state that men of other races genuinely love and care about them and treat them like the queens that they are, right? Because Black men never have and don't. And within that video, I showcased comments both from my channel and online, and I paired those comments up with video of how it is that these other men are treating these Black women. And these are TikToks or IGs, whatever it is, right? And basically showcasing the fact that I'm like, yo, somebody's lying. If a Black woman values herself, she would never allow herself to be a part of content that is making fun of Black women, that is making fun of her, right? So then I also paired up those comments with videos of Black women giving their experiences with these other men and how it is that they were treated. How some of these Black women were made to be single mothers. How it is that the other men that they are dating or were with put them directly out of their home, made them homeless, tried to take their child directly from them, tried to jail them as well. I had another video where another Black woman basically stated that she walked directly into a room. I guess it was like a frat house or whatever it was. And she was going there, they were going to do a little bit of things. And that she saw a bright Confederate flag across the wall. And she was stunned. She stopped there. She was looking like, am I supposed to be here? Whatever it is. And he was like, yeah, it's okay. It's cool. The room is this way. And she still proceeded. Red flag. Note, flag on the play. It's an obvious red flag. It actually stopped you. It stunned you so much that you had to ask a question of a man of another race. Is it okay for you to be here? And she still did it because she wanted to do what it is that she wanted to do. Right. And then she proceeded. They were doing a little bit of, something. And then he had to go and I guess talk to his boys or whatever it is. Right. And then somebody rolled by the room. Somebody of that same ethnicity rolled by the room and used a slur and called her a liquor. And like I said, my main point was to showcase that it don't matter where you run to. If you're going to get disrespected, you're going to get disrespected. It doesn't matter who or what the man is. But I had divestors and many others roll up and they wanted to sit up there and state that, as YouTube stated, I'm just paraphrasing, they said that the video was pointing hate towards a certain group or hating on a certain group or hating that a group is with another certain group. And that wasn't the point of the video at all. But like I said before, due to the work, I guess I can sit up there and say that those women, those black women out there, right, they're doing God's work, right? Because what I've learned and what I've heard and what I've seen written is that black men are demons, they're demonic, right? So if black men are Satan, then that means that somebody has to be God, right? Somebody has to be that authority, that light from above. So I guess those black women that are helping to try to deplatform me, report my videos, make sure that I can't make money off of any of the content, any of the other stories that I just so happen to do, they're doing God's work, right? Irregardless on how it is that I just so happen to use my money to help out my mom, who is a black woman. So this is why I sit up there and state that irregardless of what I hear black women say online about caring about and loving other black women, I know that they don't care, because countless times I've stated that I use my money to sit up there and help out my mom, to take care of certain things that are directly there, wanting to do nice things for her. And now all of that is stopped. So you got black women out here trying to hurt a black man and stop a black man, and indirectly or directly hurting a black woman. Ain't that crazy? That's crazy, ain't it? Crazy. And like I said before, the main things that you try to sit up there and do, you want to give correction, right? That's what you want to do, right? You want to sit up there and help the betterment of the ones that you're supposed to care about, right? A black man. I'm supposed to care for and about black women, so I'm supposed to give those critiques, those corrections, right? Just like you say a lot of times directly in a comment section under videos, right? You'll sit up there and state, it goes God, man, woman, child, right? The man is supposed to be the lead. The man is supposed to give direction, right? So explain to me, real. Explain to me. If a black man is supposed to be the lead, is supposed to give that direction, how do you lead and give direction to a group of women that don't want to listen to a black man, that don't want to receive that direction, that don't want to be told what to do? How do you do that? And then the moment in the times that you show that you love, you show that you care, and you want to give that direction, you want to point them in that direction, this is what they sit up there and do. They want to sit up there and get rid of you, right? So, like I said, for me, like I told Charles, and let me just be honest with people. Let me just be honest, right? This is a black man sitting up there, be honest, putting everything on the floor, right? Just bleeding on the floor, right? Irregardless of how it is that I'm healing or trying to heal, right? From the things that I've gone through, right? From the relationships that I faced, whatever it is. It's very difficult to, in a sense, try to find a way to heal or to specifically heal, when then you go from one situation with, that handful of black women, to now you're dealing with groupings of black women that are continuously coming through, harassing, deflecting, that don't want to pay attention to direction, don't want to pay attention to the story or the narrative that is directly out there. And they want to shut you down. They want to shut you up. They want to cancel you. And they want to label your video or videos as hate. So I'm trying to heal from one aspect of dealing with black women just to run into another aspect of dealing with negativity from black women. So realistically, it's a fight on being able to heal. So if you got technically a hurt person that's trying to heal and the wounds are still fresh, you know what's going to happen when you got a fresh wound that's not really healed and it has that scab, and you start to flex that scab, stuff is going to start to bleed. So when you hear my content and you hear my voice certain types of ways, or I'm saying certain things, that's that bleeding happening. Because no matter what I do, even as a black man, I'm not allowed to actually heal. It's not possible. Because Black men don't have emotions. Black men don't have feelings. The only ones that have feelings are black women. Black women are allowed to heal. They're allowed to go to therapy. They have support systems, support groups, all of that other type of good stuff, right? Black men just have to deal. They just have to be there, right? And then they're expected to go out here and basically face the world and also protect the exact same women in the community that are telling them that we don't need you. So again, healing from previous situations by part of me and the others who took part in those situations, going into another situation, dealing with a larger group of black women who I've never seen before in life, and then still expected to be some type of a leader, be some type of a voice, still be some type of a protector. Tell me where in between any of that is any downtime to actually heal, to actually do the things that you need to sit up there and do as a man. It's not. And that's the main thing that black men try to get through to black women all the time. We don't have a stop. We're always on go. We're always tired. So this is why you see some guys out here, they sitting up there souping up, alcohol souping up with drugs, whatever it is, because that's how we have to sit up there and cope with what it is that we're going through mentally. Because we ain't allowed to sit up there and cry. Oh, it's like, oh, you a black man, you cry, you a bitch. Why are you crying? You crying like a little girl out here, right? That's what women will sit up there and tell you. Or if you try to sit up there and come to a woman and you want to be vulnerable with her, she don't know how to deal with that. So now she's trying to antagonize the situation. Instead of being nurturing and caring, she's trying to antagonize and she's trying to do all this other type of stuff with the situation that is not even needed. So again, if you wonder why it is that black men as a whole are not directly vulnerable with black women, this is why. You wonder why it is that black men are not emotionally there for black women, this is why. Because even for me, right? I have my aunt who I love to death. Trust and believe. I love my aunt to death. I love her a lot. But even when I was younger, my aunt, she sat up there and told me when I was sitting up there crying, when I fell off my bike or I fell off the porch, whatever it was, she was like, stop crying like a little girl. Like, you a young man. It's like, stop that crying. Right? And that's a woman telling me that. Right? So even in moments where I might have been actually like really hurt, I was feeling some type of pain, I had a woman sitting up there telling me like, yo, you crying like a little girl. So that automatically reinforced in me like, yo, I can't be emotional at all. Even if I might be in a relationship, I can't be emotional at all, because what's going to happen is the same thing that happened to me when I was younger, where I'm going to have a black woman sit up there and tell me like, yo, don't be out here crying. Don't be out here emotional. Why you out here acting like that? Right? But then in the same breath, when black women tell you like not to be emotional, then they want to come to you with their problems. They expect you to be sympathetic. They expect you to be emotional. Makes no sense, right? So, it is what it is. It is what it is. So just to notify you and just to put you directly out there, oh, no. Trust me. Trust me. I've done that as well. You'll sit up there. That's what men mostly do. When it's dark, when nobody is around, you're going to sit up there. You're going to have that break where it's like, yo, all right, ain't nobody here. Let me just sit up there and break down now, get this all out of my system, and then let me sit up there and prepare for tomorrow. That's what men have to sit up there and do. Men cry in the shadows of darkness because it's not correct or right for men to basically cry directly in the light, because if you do, you're seen as weak. Women will automatically deem you as weak. Regardless of whatever women will sit up there and tell you, there's very few women that will sit up there and state that they still view a man as being strong if he is seen crying, if he's seen at a weak moment. 9 times out of 10, women will tell you either verbally or by their actions that they deem you as weak, right? Just because of that simple break, just because of that simple moment, right? So And also for real to put you also on notice, I stated on this platform in a previous live stream that the content that I'm doing now, that you see me in a sense talking about, well, originally how I was talking about the black mother and the daughter and what it is that they were, going through at that establishment. Pretty much after this month, that's going to be the last time that I'm going to do anything critiquing wise about black women. Because like I said before, um, people want to play around with other people's livelihoods. They want to play around with money. If people feel like they got a little bit of power, they're going to exercise that power no matter who it basically hurts. Right. And like I said before, if that means that I have to cut out content, even if it's a good story, dealing with a black woman sitting up there, um, creating something, she's fixing something, she cures something, I'm not paying attention to it. You're not going to see it on this platform because I'm not going to potentially put something out there, even if it's positive, and just to have them report it because they'll just label it as hate or whatever it is that they could potentially flag it as. So I'm like, it's no problem. So, like I said, I've tried to give a lot of warnings out there to black women. I've tried to tell y'all a lot of times, I'm like, yo, you either live long enough to see yourself die the hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. I'm past the hero part. Because, like I said, as a black man, I'm not able to sit up there and heal. Right? So, why would I continuously allow a certain segment access to basically try to hurt me or prevent certain things? I'm not. So I'm going to sit up there and cross that out. And I'm going to allow everybody else on social media to cover those stories, both seen and unseen, about black women and what it is that is going on and things pertaining to them and all those other types of things. Now, what I will sit up there and do is something that I did before. I'll happen to highlight stories of women of other ethnicities, right? And I happen to talk about those stories, and I'm being open and honest about this. I'll sit up there and talk about those stories, and I'll do those, right? And the reason why I'll sit up there and do that is due to the fact that when I look back at a lot of the stuff that I've done, and I look at how it is that I've been reported and the people that have done it, it's been people a lot of the times, the harshest times, people that look just like me. Like I said, a black woman that has a platform on YouTube. There was a snippet of a video. I didn't know that belonged to her. It was on Twitter. It had no tag, no nothing about it. Somebody just clipped it and put it directly up there. I tried to use that for the intro of my video for about a good 30-minute video. And she came through and basically stated, was like, yo, I'm going to give you time to basically delete the video. And if you don't, I'm going to strike your channel. That's what she wrote to me. I still got the email. And I was like, you know what, ma'am? You can sit up there and have that clip of that video. I don't even need it. I'll just keep up the stuff that I was saying for the 30 minutes. I don't even need that clip no more. Right? So, like I said before, no matter what I do, specifically pertaining to, this platform, somebody will always have an issue or a problem, or they'll find one. And I've told people countless times, if you don't like the content or anything that I'm saying or how it is that I'm saying it or delivering it, then you can just go to other content creators. And I've listed other content creators who I like, who I love, who have watched their content a multitude of times. Right. And I was like, yo, if you don't like how it is that I'm saying stuff, you can go to these great black content creators over here and you can subscribe to them. If you don't know about their content, you can go directly over there and watch it. So that's where I'm at. You know, um, the reason why I don't do collabs is because the things that I go through, like I stated, I've stated to brother Torian, I've stated to I think I might have mentioned it to True Royal. Uh, I've mentioned it to Officer Haku, aka Brandon versus the World. I've sat up there and also mentioned it in live streams when I, at a point in time, was on a live stream. I think it was probably about like 2-3 years ago with Sister Lisa, right? Because the main thing that I've stated to people is this: whatever it is that I'm going through on my platform, I don't want that to basically affect their money, right? Like I said, I can love people enough from afar to not want to unintentionally hurt them by way of things that I'm going through. Like I said, they got their own things, brother. Torian, he's doing great, right? His numbers are looking great. His subscribers are going up. The brother's doing excellent, right? And I want him to keep doing excellent, right? He's already went through having to go through a multitude of pages over the years, content getting taken down and all this other type of stuff. I would never want to sit up there and end up hurting his growth by way of us doing a collaboration, right? We did one once, we did a live stream and I loved it. It was dope. It was great, right? But this is why I don't happen to, do stuff. Also, shout out, I'm not sure if he'll probably see this, but shout out to, Kid Gravity. And one live stream, Kid Gravity was asking, he was like, yo, man, we should, do a collab or something like that. And, like I said, I would really love to sit up there and do collaborations with people, but again, I ain't trying to mess up people's money. I'm not trying to hurt the stuff that, people are building because, people basically hate me, hate my content, all this other time. I pretty much, I just deal with it, myself, like I've always done. And you just got to try to make a way. You just got to try to, find a way to, make stuff work. That's all you can do, right? As people say, it's like, yo, you're a black man, don't be sitting up there crying. Don't be, doing this, doing that. You got to sit up there and toughen up. You got to do this. You got to do that, right? That's the reinforcement. That's everything that's there, right? So I don't have that luxury and time to, just try to whatever, right? So, but it is what it is. Oh, you must have sat up there and you must, like, I could swear you've been in some of these live streams. Let me yo, look here. I've showcased and highlighted over the years of me doing content the many of things that people have, innocent stated, right? So if it wasn't the true American Europeans basically saying something, then I would inevitably end up getting stuff from my own community, be it black men or black women. And then last but not least, then I would have some stuff from the other communities that will, want to sit up there and say some stuff. So, it comes with the territory. Like I said before, I'm used to it. It's cool. If people need somewhere to throw off their energy because they can't face their actual demons in life, it is what it is. Because, at the end of the day, people don't look at content creators or anybody else that's in front of a camera. They don't look at them as actual people. They just look at them as whatever. So this is why it makes it easier for people to just throw trash directly at people. If you're not actually looking at another person as a human being, as if they actually have feelings, then you're just going to keep like throwing rocks, keep throwing trash, keep doing this, keep doing that. Right? So like I said, over the years, I've had to get used to it. And then it got to a point where I just expect it. I don't expect anything better from people. I expect people to consistently throw rocks and trash. So it's like I had to build up an armor. Right? My armor is basically me showing my face directly online. So if people want to sit up there and say something, then you got a face that's attached directly to the message that's being sent directly out there. Like I said, I don't hide myself. You see my face. So if there's a chance that I'm out there in public, guess what? Chances are I might happen to see somebody that dislikes the content. They're going to just so happen to roll up and say something. It is what it is. It is what it is. But like I said, that comes with the territory. That's the difference between me doing content where it's like it's showing my face versus people just writing comments. Because there's that anonymity. They can go out and they can write a comment right now, go out in public, go here, go there, whatever it is, and it's not gonna mess up nothing. Versus me, if I happen to say things online, there's a responsibility that comes with that. And I have to hold that no matter what comes with it. And that's the whole main thing that I've come to realize a long time ago that I've held on to versus the other people that come through and type in the comments that want to report videos and all this other type of stuff. I'm making myself responsible by putting my face directly up here. They're not. So there's a difference in level. And that's why I keep telling people there are levels when it deals with this. I'm all the way up here while other people are directly down here because I'm willing to be responsible and to take responsibility for the things that come directly my way. And it is what it is. I critique black women. Black women don't like it. What comes with that? You got people trying to go through and flag your content. I do content on white people and I bring up some things that are quite factual. They don't like the facts, so they can't flag my video as hate, so they flag it as reused content. You know, that's what comes with the territory. You know, it is what it is. Um, but what I'm going to do now, because it's been going for like an hour and 11, really wasn't trying to technically even go that long. I probably I'll just end it here and I'll let people just so happen to catch up directly on the live stream. Hopefully people can make sense of what it is that I've stated. And if people want to just so happen to donate directly to the channel, you can do that by the links that are in the video description below. So much love and appreciation, and thanks to the 38, that's 38 to 39 to 40, that's from the old platform, and the 25 to 30 on the new platform that came through and decided to just hear me. But the full video that you see directly in the background, I will have a full version of the video along with the links to the Black Mothers TikTok after I put up that video and get finished editing that for you guys to put up on the platform. So again, well, you said get legal advice too on this cool thing. Wish you well. Well, it says you don't have money, so that's what I tell people every time. I don't got money for any type of legal talks, because even when you want to seek information, they're going to still be tight-lipped because they want you to pay 30, 100 or whatever it is per 30 minutes, and you might not even get the answers that you're specifically looking for. So they just in a sense took your money without giving you nothing. So I don't got money for that. I don't really have. I got people that support me, but I would need more support in order to even try to go out and get legal type of help to help me deal with this whole YouTube thing. Again, I don't have a representative, I don't have a lawyer, anything like that. So again, I just have to deal with what it is that is dealt. You said try LegalZoom. I mean, I guess I could probably try to look at that, but again, was trying to keep y'all here. If y'all want to show support, links are underneath the video, and much love, respect, and appreciation to everybody. Peace out.